In this video, we will be subtracting mixed numbers. You may have noticed that when coming across a subtracting mixed number problem, there are several different problems you may see. Some problems where the denominators are common, others where the denominators are uncommon, and some where you need to change some numbers in order to complete a subtraction problem correctly. This video will address all the different types of subtraction problems that you may come across when subtracting mixed numbers. Some related videos and skills that may help you to subtract mixed numbers include adding and subtracting fractions, converting mixed numbers and improper fractions, and reducing fractions. Here is the first type of problem you're going to see when subtracting fractions. It's a basic problem where we have denominators that are the same, and this is going to make it quite easy to solve this problem. So looking at our steps to remember, step 1, we're going to subtract the fractions. So if we take 8/10 minus 6/10, we're going to get 8 minus 6 is 2. Denominator stays the same, 2/10. Step 2 is to subtract the whole numbers. So if we take 5, that's our first whole number, minus 3, our second whole number, we get 2. And lastly, we put our whole number and our fraction back together for an answer of 2 and 2/10. Step 3 says to reduce or rename your answer as needed. This answer can be reduced. We can divide 2/10 by 2 on top and bottom to get a fraction of 1/5. So our final answer is 2 and 1/5. The next type of problem you're going to see is subtracting mixed numbers that do not have common denominators. So here we see we have 1/3 and 1/7. So this time in step 1, when we're subtracting the fractions, we're going to use smiley face crisscross for these two fractions in order to subtract them. So 1/3 minus 1/7. Start with our smiley face. 21, 21. 7 times 1 is 7. And 3 times 1 is 3. Now we can subtract when our denominators are the same. So 7 minus 3 equals 4, and our denominator stays the same, so that's 4/21. We're now going to go to step 2 and subtract our whole numbers. 10 minus 3 equals 7, which brings us to a final answer of 7 and 4/21. This is reduced, so that's our final answer. The next type of problem you may run into is a problem where the denominators are the same, however the two fractions are kind of the problem. The first fraction is smaller than the second fraction, so we can't take 4/9 minus 6/9 because 4/9 is smaller than 6/9, and we can't take a bigger fraction from a smaller fraction. So if something like this happens, we're going to follow the steps in the bottom left corner. Step 1 is we're going to turn both mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we're going to use our triangle trick. 9 times 8 is 72. 72 plus 4 is 76 over 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 plus 6 is 42 over 9. We have same denominators, so now we can take these and easily subtract them. 76 minus 42, 6 minus 2 is 4, 7 minus 4 is 3. So we have 34/9. Our last step in this problem would be to reduce or rename. We want to take this improper fraction and turn it back into a mixed number for a final answer. So to change an improper fraction to a mixed number, we divide the numerator by the denominator. How many groups of 9 can we pull out of 34? 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 4 is too much, so we're going to do 9 times 3 is 27. Take that 27 away. Gives us a remainder of 7. So we have 7 left over. and our denominator stays the same, that 9 there. So our final answer to this problem is 3 7/9. Here's another example of the same type of problem you may come across. So here again, we know that 5 3/11 is more than 3 9/11 because 5 is bigger than 3. However, when we go to that first step to subtract our fractions, 3/11 minus 9/11, we can't do that because 9 is bigger than 3. So again, we're going to do the steps from the previous problem where we turn our mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 11 times 5 is 55. 55 plus 3 is 58 over 11. 11 times 3 is 33 plus 9 is 42 over 11. And we subtract 58 minus 42 is 16/11. Our last step is to reduce or rename. We're going to rename this improper fraction as a mixed number. 16 divided by 11 is 1, with 5 left over 11. Here's the last type of subtraction problem you may come across. It says, oh no, my first fraction is smaller than my second fraction, and there are unlike denominators. So this time we notice that 1/2 is smaller than 2/3, so we can't do 1/2 minus 2/3. And also we notice that if we were to do like the similar problems and change these to improper fractions, they'd still have uncommon denominators. So let's look at that. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7 over 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5 over 3. So unlike this previous problem, where we changed them and we had nice common denominators and we could subtract, that's not the same for this. So now we have a next step. We changed both of our mixed numbers to improper fractions. Step 2 is we're going to have to find the common denominators to subtract. So we're going to use our trusty old smiley face crisscross. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 7 is 21. 2 times 5 is 10. And subtract. 21 minus 10 is 11. And our denominator stays the same. So we have an improper fraction which now needs to be renamed as a mixed number. 11 divided by 6 is 1, with a remainder of 5 over 6. So our final answer is 1 5/6.